In this video you will learn how to catch your horse in a pasture. So if you have a horse that's a bit hard to catch sometimes, I recommend watching this video until the end. If your horse doesn't want to get caught and you can't put a halter on him, then he clearly has an advantage over you. And if you don't want to, or you don't know how to catch your horse in a rope, which I don't know how to do either, then there is only one solution. Your horse has to let you catch him. If he doesn't want to be caught, he can always outrun you and you would just end up going around the pasture, seeing whether he's gonna change his mind eventually. It really seems that it's almost impossible to catch your horse unless he wants to. However, it doesn't have to be. If you want to convince your horse that it's not so bad for him to get caught, you can use the actual fact that he's running away from you to your own advantage. Seems weird? Well, you will understand in a second. If my horse runs away from me, I can just steer him to the corner of the pasture. If possible, I try to get him to the corner that is away from the other horses. If possible, I always move slowly and calmly. I do it because I want my horse to remain calm as well. I always stand in a way that closes the way to the rest of the pasture. As soon as my horse turns or does even just one step, I immediately react and move as well. I want to be constantly steering my horse towards the corner and don't really give him a chance to go back to the middle. It's important to react quickly but calmly. Another important thing is that if you are not familiar with that horse like me in this video, or you just don't trust him very much, it's good to stay far enough so he can't kick you. When your horse stops, you should stop as well. Stand still for a little bit and then try to slowly approach him again. If he turns away from you, try to move, so you block him from going back to the center of the pasture. Then continue to steer him towards the corner. Now the horse already more or less does what I want, and it's me steering him around the pasture. I can get my horse to the corner and then I just wait until he decides to get caught. As you approach your horse, don't try to rush too much with putting halter on him. A lot of people do because they just get scared that if they don't, their horse will run away again. However, horses want to follow people that are calm and confident. If you are worried, your horse will be able to tell, and when he does, his respect towards you goes down. If you manage to catch him while you both remain calm, it'll be much easier to catch him next time as well. If my horse doesn't want to get caught, I actually work with him in a similar way as if I was working with him in a round pen. The difference is that in a round pen you basically ask your horse to go left, to go right, or you ask him to stop. While in a pasture it works a bit differently and you basically tell him over there you can't go and over there you can't go neither. You can go towards me or you can stand still and let me approach you. This way you can really turn the chore of catching your horse into already working with him. If your horse tries to run away from you, try to steer him to the corner of the pasture and keep him there. If your horse slips through and manages to run away, it's most often because you were standing in a wrong spot, or because you reacted too slow, like me over here for example. If this happens to you, just steer your horse towards the corner again and continue. Slowly approach your horse and react on his every movement. If your horse backs up, back up as well. If he turns away from you, never go after him. Instead, go against him from the other side. Always react calmly, but quickly. You should be adjusting position as soon as your horse moves. You can tell that your horse wants to go when he does this. He lowers his head and starts to chew. Let's take a look again in slow motion. You don't have to see this gesture always and with every horse, or it might not be as evident. After I manage to get next to my horse, I don't put the halter on him immediately. I wait a little bit and then I put it on. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.